for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Today's currently January 21st, 2026, and it's currently 7:06. This is my 7th live this evening. I'll be going live this evening at 10:15 p.m. Never give up on yourself when someone is praying on your downfall or someone doesn't want you to prosper in life, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not.
No, it's a trick, don't be goddamn it. It's not, and that's okay. No, for real, for real.
My content is not for everyone. It's not. I'll be freestyling in the comment section. Be respectful when I say respectfully. Self-love looks good on you. Boundaries, they would never understand, they couldn't relate to you. They want you to have the mindset of deep depression at the end of the day, but that wasn't part of your vocabulary when it comes to your healthy way at the end of the day. Understanding your self-reflection when you look in the mirror. You wasn't trying to get discouraged, let alone, hold on one second, lose yourself when it comes to another chapter. Hold on one second, that was better days ahead. They would never understand their hands of time when you actually know how to pray to go within. Hold on one second, you mad and you're worthy. They would never understand that. Hold on one second. We all ain't haters.
Now, in the chat, all be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Don't simulate when you fall from a hater. Neighbor.
Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, Gino Respect, and I would never hurt myself regardless who's praying on my downfall, and I say respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I am my biggest cheerleader. Self-love. That gratitude is different. They would never understand how you love your self-love. Looking in the mirror, they would never understand how you truly step in to understand your reflection. When it comes to boundaries, when they had malicious intentions, the disrespect was loud when they wanted to kick you down. But who would have knew that you'd be stepping for you at the end of the day to understand how you was fixing your crown? That motivation is different when it comes to self-control. That discipline, they would never understand that. Hold on one second. The authenticity started within. Even when you overcame trauma and pain, still being patient with time and they to actually heal those open wounds. They would never understand when the devil tried to confuse you. You wasn't trying to be misled at the end of the day. All because, hold on one second, you had a bad day, but you still understood your worth. When it comes to boundaries, they couldn't relate. They wanted the pain to be a crash out when it came to their mistakes. The disrespect was loud, so they had to play with spoken in a toxic way so they could control the narrative, all because you believed in your faith. How this type of stuff actually happens because you come to in your own skin, regardless to what you've been through when it comes to trauma and pain. But you know how to take accountability when it comes to holding your own weight. Hold on one second. Maturity is different when you act and hold on one second. Not your shoe size. They will never understand how your blessings allow you to multiply, allowing you to see that. Hold on one second. We all don't pray the same, but who would have knew at the end of the day that your conscience is different when it comes to rotation?
Now, and the shade though for me.
Because you believed in faith and hope. They would never understand how you truly woke. How you understood your right from your left at the end. They was far from competing when it come to authentic. Hold on one second. Loving yourself. Someone didn't know how to love you, respect you, but who would know that you didn't reject you because God was really not overlooking you. Even when the devil tried to stop you, discourage the end of the day, sending you confusion, spills, hold on one second, all because they wanted to control the narrative when it come to you holding accountability for your own self at the end of the day when it come to your weight.
Now, and the shade though for me.
When you pray to go within, when you least expect it, asking God to reveal the devil alone the enemy, they would never understand how you truly reflecting. You allowing yourself to feel, hold on one second, I'm worthy. Regardless of someone's projected the end day when they can't keep it real with their own reflection when it comes to the unconditional love, hold on one second, they would never understand how you truly step in. Because someone's insecurity will be projected on you. Someone's jealousy, envy, because, hold on one second, they didn't want you to believe in something they can relate to. That was faith. How this type of stuff actually happens when someone try to kick you down because you know how to hold your own weight.
Get in the comment section, goddamn it. Hold on one second. This is the hater. It's trained on me. It's probably the enemy. I don't know. God damn it. Oh my God.
I'm Naya, genuine respect that my content is not for everybody. I'm 4 minutes into this video and it's 7:10 p.m. and it's 2 people watching me right now. I'm far from a hater. And loving yourself is not a crime, regardless who's praying on your downfall. Never stop choosing yourself. And I say respectfully, I am my biggest cheerleader. I'll be freestyling in the comment section.
Now, and the shade though, be respectful. No, for real. But I'll start it off.
It was a day they couldn't relate to. How you actually understood the hold on one second. I was opening the door for all the right reasons. I understood my potential. I almost got lost in certain chapters when it came to hold on one second, self-reflecting. I almost misbalanced. Only because the hold on one second was more than a challenge. You challenge yourself every single day to realize the hold on one second LOV hits different. How God was really showing you why you understood the hold on one second. I'm worthy. I matter. I see my reflection. I truly love me. I almost gave up on me when I couldn't see. But I understood at the end of the day, God allowed me to see sight and day for all the right reasons. Who would have knew? You found change. And I ain't talking about your pockets. That ain't just different. You know, when God's a director in your life, they would never understand how you do the proper healing. It was never for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. Hold on 1 second. That reintroduction hits different at the end of the day. That was your self-reflection. You know, someone that didn't know how to love you, respect you, protect you. They would never understand how you knew how to take accountability for your actions, not to overlook you. Yeah, they didn't see potential, but who would have knew? Becoming your best, biggest cheerleader at the end of the day, not to overlook you, allow you to see better days ahead. Being patient with time and day, healing trauma and pain wasn't a race. Hold on 1 second, we ain't the same.
Now, ever change don't be always be yourself.
I'm not here to your respect, and I'm far from a hater, and I say that respectfully. You know, when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. I always have since day one. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Continue to call your energy back, and I say that respectfully. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments, regardless of who's plowing your downfall. And I say that respectfully, because they don't want you to smile more.
Now, ever change don't be they want you to frown all types of weird stuff.
I said, yeah. Talk your shit, talk your shit. Hold on 1 second. Self-love hits different when it's out loud at the end of the day. It shows on. Hold on 1 second. The show continue to goes on. But who would have knew it was far from a game at the end of the day when you understood your reflection, how strong you truly are going within. You know, far from wilding out when you have to pretend being authentic. Who would have knew at the end of the day, hold on 1 second, that time hits different. You know, when you understand self-love, they will never understand how you keeping up love. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, you could say hi to someone, but it could truly be fake. Certain folks want you to call them out at the end of the day, but hold on 1 second, they be projecting on you at the end of the day when you wasn't trying to catch a case. How individuals will prey on your downfall all because you actually knew how to smile more. They ain't want you to maintain healthy habits at the end of the day, but hold on 1 second, that energy is different when it comes to hold on 1 second. They point this conversation. You wasn't trying to lose yourself. Hold on 1 second, your own testimony. Who would have knew that you allowed yourself to go within? You know, my content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself and never allow someone to discourage you because they overlook their own reflection.
Now, ever change don't be goddamn be yourself.
I said, yeah. Don't dim your light, neighbor. Fall from a hater, they would never understand you. Not a hater.
Now, ever change though for me.
You nice with your words, but fall from rapping at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second, so cool to go within. They would never understand the hand of time how you weathering the storm. They couldn't relate to at the end. They was never competition. They would never understand how you truly stepping. You know, loving yourself out loud at the end of the day. They would never understand how you was your number one fan. They would never understand being your biggest cheerleader when they couldn't cheer for you at the end of the day because it was preying on your downfall. When you knew how to smile more, that ain't just different. It didn't matter if it was a chick or a dude. How someone will pray on your downfall all because you believe in your faith at the end of the day. Healing childhood trauma going to your adulthood. I may sound like a broken record at the end of the day, but you was fall for someone's issue because didn't need no tissue.
Now, ever change though for me.
How someone was projecting depression, anxiety, PTSD on you. They wanted to rob you mentally, spiritually, all because they wanted to confuse you. The devil and the enemy, they come in different shapes and sizes. Or wolf in sheep clothes will hold on 1 second, will try to apologize when they realize, hold on 1 second, I ain't mean to disrespect you. When it's too late at the end of the day, when they try to use you, abuse you, disrespect you out loud, make you feel at the end of the day that you wasn't supposed to understand how to be proud of your reflection, becoming your best self vision of yourself. They would never understand their hands and time at the end of the day. I was on the same time frame as you at the end of the day when it comes to this thing called the universe.
Now, ever change on me.
Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. It's 2 people in the building, and it's 8:55 and it's 7:15 p.m. I'm freestyling in the comment section. It be the center thought for me. How it had to take 1 or 2 people to actually show at the end of the day the grass was green on the other side. I was tired of my past at the end of the day. They was out of control when it came to the lies. They disrespected me out loud, made me feel I wasn't supposed to be worthy, but I was my biggest cheer at the end of the day when they were trying to humiliate me. You know, your past don't be your reality today, but when the grass is green on the other side, the folks that truly for you, they praying for not against you. Hold on 1 second, they wasn't trying to confuse you. You know, when the devil tried to make you feel at the end of the day, you're supposed to disturb yourself when it comes to lack of self-control, but who would have known you was better than yourself? Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I may be whacking coins to the average person, but my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. It was more than 2. Something that you was willing to get used to. You choosing you, not overlooking you at the end of the day because you understood your reflection. To understand and hold your own weight at the end of it, it's different. I love myself, to better myself. Understand you actually meant what you said. At the end of the day, to better yourself. Because practice made perfect at the end of the day. To heal the trauma and pain. They would never understand it's going to be comfortable at the end of the day. When they try to distract you, to project that, hold on one second, you wasn't worthy. Understand and change. How this type of stuff actually happens. You got the price for one at the end of the day. Allowing yourself to see why you truly heal. Hold on one second. Was an even exchange. Regardless of from poverty and pain. Hold on one second. Did it matter the time and the day? When it came to hold on one second, becoming your best self vision of yourself, you wasn't trying to dim your light, let them discourage yourself. You asking God for guidance when it came to hold on one second. I want the right people in my life that truly treat me right, not to mislead me with pain. The energy is different when it comes to your confidence. How you got chicks and dudes plotting your downfall, praying against you because you know how to smile more. They was playing with spoke in a toxic way. Chicks and dudes was sweet. You took them up like a bad habit, but hold on one second, they mask fell up when it came to the lack of self-control. What happens to your discipline? Hold on one second with your bad habits. It be trying to throw for me. How being authentic with all of someone's mental health, but never shortchange your vision at the end of the day when you truly step at the end of the right way. God's timing is different. I say that respectfully. Far from pretending what alone was a hesitation.
Not ever trade though when out of respect is
Practice makes perfect, and I say it respectfully. I am my biggest cheerleader, regardless who's ruling me on at the end of the day. And I say it respectfully, or regardless of what man, woman, child, or elderly person or couple is praying on my downfall, I would never stop choosing myself, and I say it respectfully. Individuals will project on you, call themselves energy harvesting off your energy, supposed to be drained, but you're not. How people will pray on your downfall to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, or to make you homeless, or, stop your financial stability at the end of the day. But never stop choosing yourself, and I say it respectfully. I'm freestyling in the comment section. Be respectful, and I say it respectfully. I'm Naya, Gino Respect, and my content is not for everyone, or poetry my style, and I say it respectfully. If I say yeah, would you understand what I mean? I say talk your shit at the end of the day. When it comes to self-love, they would never understand. Was never no in between. Because you understood self-love is different. Fall from a hater, then have to wild out. Hold on one second. They would never understand your conscience when it comes to motivation. That energy is different. Being pointed in the right direction. Even when the devil tried to discourage you, they would never understand your point of view. Loving you. Loving your reflection. The energy is different when it comes to your conscience. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. The beautiful gift that you least expect at the end of the day was your intuition. Never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully.
Not ever trade though for me when you bring the best out of yourself.
I'm Naya, Gino Love Respect, and this is currently my 8th live this evening. I go live every night at 10:15 p.m. I'm Naya, Gino Love Respect, and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. That mindset is different. Self-love out loud hits different. It was never for likes and music, cloud chasing or fame. Fall from pretending you didn't have hate in your vein at the end. They even on your words at the end. They even when the devil try to discourage you. Hold on one second. They would never understand your intuition is different. Outgoing. Allowing yourself to see balance, acknowledge your worth. Didn't matter what time zone you was on. No. They gonna try to distract you at the end of the day. But who would have knew that God will allow you to choose you to understand? Hold on one second. You know how to hold your own weight. Loving yourself, to believe in yourself, fall from pretending wasn't a hesitation, loving yourself. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Continue to call your energy back, and I say that respectfully. How chicks and dudes would try to discourage you, playing with spoken magic or whatever the case may be, trying to confuse you. They gang stalking you right to left. But hold on one second, never dim your light, and I say that respectfully, because someone's projection. Domestic violence is real. Hate crime is real. And I say this respectfully. Never give up on yourself. Discrimination is real. Never stop choosing yourself. And it's not a crime to pray out loud. It's not. And we all don't pray the same. And especially when you ain't trying to hurt yourself or your neighbor at the end of the day, regardless of the tax bracket. People pick and choose who can pray at the end of the day. People pick and choose who can talk about God, the spirituality, the devil alone, the enemy. It be trying to throw for me how folks is truly, hold on one second, trying to control the narrative to paint you out to be the villain. But never get discouraged, and I say that respectfully. I'm not here to respect. It's not a crime to love yourself because someone doesn't want you to self-reflect. Today is currently January 21st, 2006. I'm 14 minutes into this video, and it's 7:20 p.m. I'll be going live this evening at 10:15 p.m. It's not a crime to be authentic, and I say respectfully.
Not ever trade on me.
This is my 8th live this evening, and I'm Naya, Gino Love Respect, and I would never hurt myself, and I say respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions.
Gotta go.